my shirt? Me too. I'm gonna put a link to where I got it in the description in the business box. Let's get down to business.
Box.
We're getting right back into it because I asked people for more questions and they gave them to me. Oh boy, howdy did they.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Occasional vlogger. What's the best way to self-motivate yourself? I kind of lost it a while ago and I'm trying to get it back with no luck. I think you should read some motivational books. This is called The War of Art. It's written by Steven Pressfield. It's a fantastic book and it will really kick you in the ass because the only thing that's holding you back is your own resistance. Read more about it in this book. How do you repair a relationship with someone you're really angry at but also love a lot, who keeps hurting you but is a relative so you're connected?
Okay, 2 things. 1, anger part is useless. You love that person, love that person. The anger comes from being afraid of something, right? Afraid that person is going to hurt someone, hurt you, however that is, whether that is physically or emotionally.
Love is not about anger, it's about compassion.
Anger comes from being afraid, okay? So stop being afraid, and the only way to stop being afraid is to educate yourself. I use education as an example for many solutions for problems. Get to know the problem that exists. Get to understand why somebody might act the way they do. Get to understand it. Be compassionate. Now, understanding and compassion doesn't necessarily mean that you are okay with the action, that you agree with the action, or that you are going to allow it to happen. You can be above whatever the problem is. You can be smarter than it. You can do things that make sure that you're okay. Don't be angry.
Yeah, it is a simple switch. It's simply deciding to stop holding on to anger because it is something that you're holding, and it's not something that was done to you.
I'll give a good example. My mom, for the longest time, has been an alcoholic, and that's been a real big driving force in growing up. And for a long time, very, very angry about that. And it wasn't until recently that I came to terms with the fact that there's a reason why she has turned out to be the way she has. A lot of that has to do with her upbringing and what tools she was given to live life, what paths came down her way that she ended up taking, and how she had to deal with those things. And a lot of it is super heavy. And she might have made mistakes, but the worst thing for our relationship and for getting better on both ends is for me to be angry with her. I don't have to let her get in my way, certainly. But that doesn't mean that I should not talk to her on the phone.
Or shut her out.
Or shut her out in some way, or claim that she's not my mom anymore. I had to get to understand where she's coming from so that I could do anything to help it. And right now, that anything to help it is talking to her, making sure that she knows that no matter what, I love her.
Thank you for sharing that, Justin. How to tell the difference between a friendship worth saving and a friendship not worth fighting for. I think that a lot of times, and I talked about this before, that you end up staying friends with people simply because you've known them for so long. But if at the heart of it, you still think that you would be unhappy if this person wasn't in your life anymore, then you need to fight for it. And it's not always easy. I mean, I think that family relationships are probably the hardest to deal with, and right after that are friendships. Because at least with boyfriends and girlfriends, you could just be like, I'm dumping you. But dumping a friend is a little different. It's like, it's somehow more personal sometimes. Because it's cutting someone out of your life that was in it not just for companionship and sex and that end of things, but who was like your bro or your hoe. To completely cut someone out of your life is really traumatic and difficult. And if at the end of the day you're going to be kind of upset that this person isn't in your life anymore, if it's not going to be a relief to get them out of your life, then it's worth fighting for.
Is this person weighing you down? And is it something that you even think you can handle? Like, I had plenty of friends growing up that were really crappy friends in general. They were good for a certain period of time when I needed that, but when the time came to not be friends anymore because, summer came and we grew apart or whatever, that was okay. It certainly served me to not have bad influences in certain ways. But
Boom.
what are you doing?
Armhole fucking you.
Yeah, you are.
AHF. You did it.
Ah! I'm a light. I'm here. I'm a light. God, I'm on stage all by myself now. Say something funny. Say something funny. How many light bulbs does it take?